So tonight is mostly going to be theater of the mind kind of thing, depending on how you want this. So that means I only really have like one map.
Knowing where we are.
Jim, did you get fully briefed on what happened to Veit?
That he's got like one lung.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, your lungs were like fried by some kind of green necrotic flame.
Yeah, so now basically you have COPD.
So does anybody in our party have scrying?
Answer, no.
I think I actually do, I just don't have it prepared today.
Okay.
You know what he does have prepared?
Oh my god, I do have it prepared today.
I'm prepared today.
Okay. I'm just gonna put hold monster here.
Why? Do I need to cast scrying?
No, I need to replace destructive wave, and I don't know that I really want banishing smite.
So let's see. Video and voice not currently compatible with Chrome 63.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I'm using Chrome. That's why it's not working. Okay.
Yeah, I've got Chrome and I have Internet Explorer. I don't feel like downloading Firefox as well.
No, Firefox is crap now. Don't do it.
Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
I don't think that I was...
Oh, actually, no, I will go with banishing smite.
I don't think that Veit would have been dumb enough not to purchase an arcane scrying focus at camp.
Veit? Nah.
Wait, you're asking us to go on the assumption that Veit didn't do something dumb?
Veit? Of average intelligence.
And well prepared.
All right, I will roll a D100. And
it was a moment of me, the player, forgetting that there was a material component required.
Fair enough. I'll say that there's a 10% chance that he didn't buy it.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so... I have a crystal ball, and a lot less platinum.
Shines the holy light of Pillar.
Pretty much. It glows, and it has a P on it.
So, to kind of establish what happened last time. So you went to the realm of the Horse Lords, the land of the Horse Lords, in which you did battle with the Black Orc, originally it was Throkk and the Black Orc Garlaz in single combat, and when Throkk bested Garlaz in single combat, he began bleeding green fire and erupted in green flames, absorbing his kinsman's souls and becoming a towering skeletal flaming creature. And an epic battle ensued.
I could have taken him.
An epic battle ensued, and many of you were harmed. Many of you were harmed. Aera has green flame scars on her legs. Half of Maverex's face is now blackened with streaks of white throughout it, kind of like a growing vine.
Yep.
And Veit, unfortunately, had his torched. Am I forgetting anything?
Did we adjust Maverex's breath weapon damage type? Or am I thinking
I think we did, because that's the damage now.
Yes, it's a mixture, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it does some acid damage now, or something.
I don't know.
I think it's a mixture of necrotic and
fire.
Necrotic, yeah.
Fire.
Sorry. I don't know why I thought acid. Yeah, necrotic.
Yeah. Yes.
It's been like a month. I'm just.
And then as you were exiting the pit, you were surrounded by people astride horses and centaurs. the leader of who has yet to reveal her name, gave Throkk the pauldrons of Tritherion and
That's
promised and told you that there was someone that you would probably like to meet. And you followed them, and you are.
Oh, we didn't
currently-
even follow yet. we were
Yes.
still here.
Yes, so they offered to take you to someone.
So, and for those of you that missed it, currently the pauldrons require 2 attunement slots, but my strength has been bumped to 21. But I have constant freedom of movement active while attuned.
That's right. And we were doing the attunement master round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want
No,
minus
those are
1
neat.
AC or do I want minus 3? Or minus
Yeah.
2 AC and less confidence. Oh man, I'm excited. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's do this.
All right. So, as you are traveling, you are offered some horses to ride. Strong, sturdy horses. And you're kind of riding in the middle of the pack. There's not really a set formation. You're just kind of riding together as like a clan would.
Yep. And as we're writing, Vernon is holding the cube and is just going, to change your personal options, please say personal options. Personal options. I'm sorry, that was not recognized. As he's trying to reset the command word.
11.
I said personal options, clear as day.
You have selected colon tumor.
You have selected
Say
pencil
that like
options.
your sword just sets on fire. Like, no, damn it!
Yeah, you have selected pencil options. Would you like a number 2 pencil?
You have selected casual bongos.
But yeah, as Vernon is attempting to change the keyword for his instant fortress.
What is this cube?
Oh, it's the the portable fortress.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I had a marvelous idea. Aera suggested it. She said, "Oh, are you playing with your ding dong?" And I said, "Oh, that would make a much better.
Shut
That would make a
up.
much better word. It's ding dong, like a doorbell."
You almost said like a dildo. I heard it.
Like a what?
I heard it.
Like a what? Don't know what that is.
Throck's just thinking. Throck's just thinking. I was the face for this group of people.
So, what else would you guys like to do as you're riding?
I'd like to chat with the leader.
Okay. She's riding towards the front, so you kind of like have to kind of like push past other people. Excuse me, sorry, gotta just get by.
Excuse me, pardon me, chosen of Tritherion coming through.
And she's riding. I should describe her. She has dark skin, dark hair that's put into braids, and just kind of falls to one side of her head. It's wrapped around like in a ponytail, pulled around to the front of her. She's riding on top of a chestnut-colored Clydesdale.
Awesome.
Sounds cool.
That means nothing to me. I know nothing about horses.
It's the Budweiser horse.
But the Budweiser horse.
Yes.
They're big. They've got like bell bottom
Bell bottom.
legs.
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
What was that, Jim?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
He said he's googling it.
Okay.
All right.
She's just kind of riding along.
I asked her, and I know it probably is pointless to discuss this now, but with Darlaws and his forces haven't been taken care of. But how often did you clash with his forces? Was it strictly on the border of your lands in the outskirts of Reldon, or did they manage to, not to say that your defenses are flawed, but did they manage to breach any of your defenses?
She just kind of keeps looking forward. People are silly. You think that we have a set place. Reldon are our stomping grounds.
I like the way she thinks.
Yes, we did come into contact with Garlaz's forces many a time. But he knew better than to attack us directly.
Hmm.
We've lost many a horse and some of the weaker clan's members to him,
Mm.
Oh dear.
for which he paid the price.
Mm. Let's see.
Good scene.
Excuse me. And as soon as my travels are done with the Sentinels, I'll be returning to... I suppose reclaim is not the proper term. To rebuild and resettle Barton Azura. I asked of no assistance, only to let you know of my intent.
She just kind of shrugs and continues riding.
How
He seems very
far...
straightforward.
How far are we to travel? I'm not accustomed to riding on horseback.
She just kind of closes her eyes for a brief second. A few more hours, I would imagine. Break for camp then.
I'll go let that spoiled one know. And then he backtracks to inform Vernon that he's going to need to ride on a horse for a little bit longer.
Oh, it's lovely. I used to go to riding club all the time when I was a little boy.
Of course.
You know,
It was-
you're supposed to ride horses, not clubs.
Anyway, I'd like to speak to one of the horse, what are they called? The horse lords or something? What are they called? Throkk. What are they called?
Vernon.
I want to know about their culture. You see, I've never met anybody like this.
You can ask when we break for camp in a few hours.
Oh, okay. Is it not?
You think I know about their culture?
No, I was going to talk to them. I was going to talk to them while we were riding, because we're riding for quite a while, aren't we?
Go fiddle with your cube.
Ding dong. Ding
Go
dong.
fiddle with your ding dong.
It's not working yet.
Vernon, if you do
Some of
get
the
changed,
some of the people riding nearby kind of go a little bit further away from you.
if that thing begins working, you're going to crush yourself and your horse.
Oh no! I can designate where it opens.
I highly doubt that.
Right. Are you alright? You didn't, pick up anything nasty from rolling around in the dirt, did you?
Same as your legs.
Oh, shit.
Vernon's gonna actually try to turn on his charm and go over toward one of the people and be like, so when do you all learn to ride? How much time do you spend training on horses? And just asking lots of cultural questions.
Says
You don't really find many people who are talkative per se. In fact, one of the people you ask without realizing it is a centaur. He just kind of looks at you, goes, "Since I could walk," and then just rides ahead of you.
Well, that was awkward. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Oh my. And Vernon is turning 20 shades of red. He's like, oh my. Well, that was not the best foot to put forward, now was it? Oh.
Yeah, you stuck it forward and stuck it straight into your mouth.
Vernon, your incompetence brings a
Don't
light
get us killed.
similar to that of Paylor.
It'll also get us killed.
It will also be the death of at least one of us.
My money's on Vernon.
Paylor will not, Paylor,
Eventually, Vernon, you do find out that people, when they learn to ride, they actually often learn to ride before they even learn to walk,
Oh.
because
cool.
riding
Balance.
is such an integral part to their culture.
Yeah, I suppose riding is sort of advanced form of sitting.
No. Advanced sitting.
Advanced sitting. Sorry.
this isn't just darkness.
I want to work on one of these people. I want to work on these people and like try to make a friend. I get that Vernon is not the best personality wise, but like he's gonna really try. I'd like to try to like make a friend.
All right, make a persuasion roll.
Yes.
Disadvantage.
Gotcha.
That centaur's been passing shit around.
And not his own.
Oh, there you go. Where is my persuasion? Here we go. Oh, not too bad.
Oh, not too bad.
I like that
you
9.
eventually do manage to get a couple of them to at least say a couple words to you, which is an astounding fact, given that. Well, actually, make a history check.
No. Nope, nothing. All right, just the first one.
Okay. You have some basic knowledge about the horse lords in that they are clearly a mixture of humans who ride horses. And they are very, they're not very, like, they don't talk much, especially with outsiders. So the fact that you get a couple of them even to talk a little bit about things is a feat in and of itself.
Well, that's wonderful.
Normally,
I feel like I've learned so much about you.
And if you're wise, you'll keep your mouth shut lest you find yourself with an arrow-filled back.
Well, I would want to do that. You know, I do greatly value your company.
Man, I'm gonna see if I heard that.
Oh, almost a 20.
Did I hear that?
Actually, you're going to make it with disadvantage because you're
Horses are
riding in a
loud.
different area, and the
Horses are
sound
loud.
of like hundreds of horse hooves.
Okay.
No, you didn't hear that.
Okay. All I wanted to do was shout, "Told you!"
I'm making friends.
He shouts to the heavens. I'm making friends.
So
Good
after some riding, you eventually happen upon kind of a little clearing. Oh, like a little wall, like a small valley in the hill. And
Making camp?
leader just kind of holds up her fist and says, "Here for tonight, we shall make camp." And like clockwork, they all seem to kind of like just make a big circle, and it like they just kind of swirl inward, gathering twigs and leaves and stones and all sorts of things as they're going around. And within a matter of minutes, they have just things piled up. There's in the very center, there's a giant bonfire. Around the edges, there seems to be some kind of like makeshift, only a couple feet high, but it just kind of marks out like a specific territory. And there's all sorts of just over the course of an hour, there's all sorts of houses, tents, yurts, etc. popping up. And it becomes like a full-blown camp within the matter of like an hour, with a raging bonfire in the center.
I'm going to find Zed, and by find, I mean I'm probably going to waddle next to him because I doubt that I'm ever far from him.
Fair
Hmm.
enough.
I have a decision I'm trying to make.
Okay.
Between, I would assume it'd be a survival check to look for like a couple sticks to make a simple headstone, and burying the skull and femur of my parents, or
Okay.
if I should ask to see if I could like cremate them in the bonfire and let the ashes fly with the wind, because Horse Lord's realm of freedom and might overall.
Yeah. They actually agree to that and assist you in wrapping the bones in a cloth. They put some special.
I'll have one thing to do once that is all set. I'll have one last thing to do before I place them in the bonfire. So continue with your
They
description.
wrap them in a special kind of cloth. They place some plants and herbs in them as well. One of the older members rides over and says some prayers over the bones and over the bundle, and presents the
Thank
bundle
you.
to you and placed in the fire.
Thank you. And for, hang on. Where'd it go? I'm going to take 10 minutes to use my Barbarian feature to cast Commune with Nature as a ritual, and have Lothmir dive down as a eagle and tape shape next to me as I'm holding the satchel before I place it into the bonfire.
Oh. Oh.
1 second, I'm going to switch out my headphones.
Yeah. Doesn't want them to go on the fritz from all these tears!
Okay.
As Lothmir takes shape, I say to him, Darlaz is finished. Bart Nazura is still in ruins. But there is a greater threat to not only my home, but everyone that I know and care for. Once that threat is taken care of, I shall restore Bart Nazura to its former glory. And I place the satchel. I don't care if I take any burns or any burn damage or anything. I just place it deep within the bonfire and back out.
Okay. As the fire consumes the bundle, you can feel the spirits of your ancestors seemingly pleased by your offering begin to flow around you, and for a brief moment everything goes dark, and when you open your eyes again, you find that you are standing across from thousands of ghostly figures.
Ooh.
Your father and mother standing at the foremost.
I've not seen her in years, obviously, so I stand up as tall and might as to show that her what I've become.
And as the spirits speak, they all seem to listen, and you hear the voice of your elders kind of ringing. You who have walked the path. You who have kept so close. The vocation of your ancestors. Hear us. Make a choice. Continue down the path that you have, or embrace a new path guarded by your ancestors.
Give me just 1 second to, as a player, compose myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
So out of game, this is an option. You can continue with the primal path you've chosen, or you can retroactively gain the ancestral guardian path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. Whew. While I do love essentially having double a double health pool by being a angry barbarian, I can't pass up ancestral guardian, because you guys know me and my characters. I'm all about that RP as opposed to numbers.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, ancestral guardian, here I come.
All right. So you accept this, and with that, your father and mother are seen smiling, and the spirits begin to just kind of float and swarm around you, and you feel your body, almost like it feels like it's being pulled at, your skin's being tugged at, and it feels like it doesn't hurt though. It's like little pricks and little pinpricks all over your body. And when you finally awaken again, for everyone who was standing, Throkk was out for just like a half second. All of a sudden, something happened to him. His body was lifted up, and a swarm of just wind was around him. And when he comes back to land down, he is covered all across his body in tribal tattoos.
Oh.
There are names in different languages. There are like motifs of animals across. His skin has become basically appears to be some kind of tapestry.
Oh. Cool.
But
That's right, bask in my glory.
but it appears that it's not fully filled. Like there's pieces of it missing.
As well as room for my story.
Exactly. And as an RP, just kind of fluff note, as you gain levels, the tattoos actually shift and change, helping to tell the story of you and your ancestors.
So cool.
You're like Maui from
like Maui.
Let me just find a picture of Maui and turn it into the Hulk, and that'll be my new.
Kinda, yeah.
Wow.
Hulk Maui.
Wow, these folks are using a lot of onions in this due tonight, aren't they?
What?
I just have something deeply personally meaningful to happen. They're all gonna very emotional. Leave me alone.
Oh man.
Something you don't see every day. Well.
Unless there's a conversation that has to be happening with Throkk, I'm gonna be editing my features and whatnot
Sure.
for a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
So
I'd like to go check out Veit's medical situation. Can I have Aera make a check, see if there's anything we can do to get him breathing a little easier?
Yeah. You can make either an Arcana or a Medicine.
I was going to be heading toward Veit too. Hello.
So we now have Zed, Veit, Vernon, and Aera all kind of hanging around together. Maverax is going to spend some time with Throkk, just kind of comparing tattoos and whatnot.
Brother.
Yeah, as you're trying to figure out what's up with Veit, I could make an Arcana check if you want.
Okay.
Oh, we could make one of us could make an Arcana check, and one of us could assist. Maybe does that give advantage in 5e?
If you want to assist, you should do it as a medicine check. It would bind Arcana, kind of figure out what's the.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
not proficient in medicine, so.
I'll do the medicine check.
I'm very proficient in medicine. I know what the fuck's wrong with me.
Well, Aera's
You would
being
hope.
nosy. Aera's being nosy, so.
What'd you get?
He seems to have a lack of feathers. I think that's the issue. Right, there you are. It's you're too stout. Not enough feathers.
Aera fills up the alcohol jug with wine and says, or with ale and says, "Here you go."
Just the first one. 13 on Arcana check.
Okay. You all sit there poking and prodding at Veit. Much to his chagrin.
After a bit, I just start smacking them away.
Yeah.
And
No,
you
you
can't
nosy
quite. You know it's something with the
bastard.
lungs, but that's about it.
Well,
I mean,
Veit, you must forgive me. I'm not very good with the restorative arts.
yeah,
You're
and
going
honestly,
to have
I'm
to use
just.
some heavy duty kind of healing to get him back to normal.
Hey,
Yeah,
just out of
I'm
curiosity,
just sort of freaking stumped.
is Greater Restoration capable of fixing this?
Greater Restoration would probably be very helpful. At least Greater Restoration would do something. But you suspect that there could be other things that could also help.
Because among the stuff that it can do is it can
Regrow
any
lost body
reduction
parts.
to a target's ability scores, or one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. I know that that's not exactly what's happening, but it is in the same realm thereof.
Yeah, a Greater Restoration would probably fix that.
But,
I also have a question for after.
Yeah.
But waiting for the but. Because you just said Greater Restoration wouldn't help, and now you're saying Greater Restoration would help, and I'm waiting for that other moment.
Greater Restoration will help.
Fine, I will cast Greater Restoration on myself. You nosy.
Okay, make a caster level check.
How the fuck do I do that?
Just
rolling
You
it.
roll
D20
T20
plus
and
your
add your
caster
caster
level.
level. So D20 plus 10. Wait, unless you've multi-classed and haven't.
Oh, that's a D20.
Oh!
Nice.
So you spend the requisite how much diamond dust?
100 gold pieces diamond dust. I've got 400 left.
Okay. So you spend the requisite pieces of diamond dust, and as part of the casting, you offer it up and basically swallow it or breathe it into your lungs.
Make it into a little line using an edge of your blade and snort it.
And as you breathe out, you don't cough.
Hey!
You breathe in again. And breathe out again. Pretty good, actually.
Hey!
Did anyone point out that I was resistant to necrotic damage when I took this hit?
I did not. I did not know that. There was a lot on that sheet.
Yeah.
I'm resistant, so I'm resistant to necrotic damage. FYI.
Okay, cool.
It just occurred to me that I should ask about that.
So my question is,
Oopsies. Fuck.
what the? What? What? Anyways, Mike,
Yes.
for the Path of Ancestral Guardian, in the Path of Ancestral Guardian features table, it says Spirit Shield is a D8. But if you go to Spirit Shield, it says D6 in the description.
It is the Spirit Shield is 2d6 at 6th level and 3
No, I know, but I just wanted to verify the die type.
Yeah, it's d6s. They
Okay.
fixed that.
Okay. They just didn't fix the little table.
Yeah. I'm looking at the one from Xanathar's guide.
So am I. And the little table says 2d8, 3d8, 4d8.
Huh.
But
mine says 2d6.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, it's d6s.
Okay.
So, well, Veit, I'm glad you're feeling better. Not the reason I came over, actually. I feel that we've gotten off on rather the wrong foot, and I was wondering if there's anything I could do to help ingratiate myself a little more to you. I understand that you are worshipper of Pelor, and you might have some reservations about the arrangement that I have with Quincy. I think that the arrangement with Quincy is good, but you seem to think it's not.
I have read much about the bargains that we mortals make from time to time. It never ends well. It hardly ever ends well for your favor.
Well,
I will confess.
I've been with Quincy for some months now. He has not asked me to do anything that I would not be willing to do.
I must confess, I don't know the arrangement you have with him, and I would be much more inclined to give trust if I knew your accord.
The deal as it stands on the table is that all I must do is adventure and take out beings, preferably evil beings. And so far that's all I have done, and in return I am granted power. I don't see anything wrong. I mean, paladins are granted the similar power to go and vanquish evil around the world. I don't quite see what the problem is.
You're not incorrect. Here's my question then. What happens if it wants you to kill something that you don't want to kill?
That's a good question. Does Vernon know what happens if it wants me to kill something I don't want to kill?
No.
That's never come up. And he doesn't normally specify what he wants me to kill, he sort of leaves that part up to me.
I'd like to... There is a story of warning. A man made a deal with the devil. And he was promised the 6 magic arrows.
Mm-hmm.
And he got them.
The end.
Sorry, I was reading what Aera said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Nope.
Uh,
I just went back and looked like, am I really that bad at reading comprehension?
They would always hit their target. The first 5 found their target, true enough. The 6th target, the devil chose. Do you know who the devil chose?
I'm guessing it's the person that's firing the arrows.
Very much.
Yeah,
Guess where his soul is now.
Yes. Well, there was never any formal agreement that I'm granting Quincy my soul or anything. Nothing so specific. So not.
It doesn't mean it's not happening.
Well, either way, I would like you to know that I do value as a comrade, and I would hope that you could say the same for me.
I will take it under advisement. You'll find that the dwarves are slow.
Well, and
their friendships.
there are 2 worshippers of Palor among us. I assume that if the worst came to worst, I could have your support if the arrangement soured.
Which arrangement?
With Quincy.
With Quincy.
With Quincy. I don't see that happening. I trust Quincy so far. He's done nothing but good things for me.
I'd like to point out a small flaw with your current operating logic. Quincy can most definitely hear every voice.
Oh, of course. I'm well aware. I am perfectly comfortable with Quincy understanding that I do not thoroughly believe all of his intentions to be good. It is up to him to show that he is deserving of my service.
Another question. Why take this power?
That's the thing, isn't it? The life before this was all very humdrum, all very boring. I was born to a rich family with everything they could ever want, but no room to advance anywhere else. And that's what I wanted to do. But my parents said that I couldn't. The court said that I couldn't. Everyone said that I couldn't, but Quincy said that I could.
You're from the capital?
Yes.
Why not enroll in wizardry? Why not entertain the masses with your charm?
That's the thing.
Why did you take the easy way out?
It's not easy. I've tried all those things. I tried going to wizard classes. I was terrible at them. I tried performing and being entertaining and all that. I tried that, and people just don't like me. I'm too posh for the everyman, and I'm too outgoing for the posh people. I don't know what to do. I've tried all kinds of things. This is something that's actually worked. It wasn't easy. I've had to go out and do all sorts of adventures. I've had to risk my life. I've fought vampire now. It's whatever that thing was that Throkk ended up fighting. It was,
I didn't mean to belittle your actual conquests. What you've done with this power is your own, certainly.
Mhm.
My question was more focused on the acquisition.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. All of these other options that you've suggested are things that I have tried. I'm 34 years old, not a child. I've tried things.
You wouldn't be let out of your mother's grasp if you were a dwarf.
Well, I'm not a dwarf, though, am I?
Oh, sorry, I'm not used to the short-lived. My apologies. Continue.
See, mother hired a magical tutor who was meant to instruct me in wizardly ways, and I just couldn't keep it all in my mind. It's just so much. And then they suggested, oh well, perhaps you should learn songs and perform and all that. But people just laughed at me. Well, see, this is not the first thing I've tried. You understand? I've tried lots of things. That's just the first thing that's worked.
I'll give you that. You're not the only one who didn't have all too much of a choice.
Now that I've gone down this path, all the court think that I'm mad. I'm just trying to serve my king. That's all I want.
To be fair, you do seem a little angry.
And please take this without offense. I hope the potential consequences of your acquisition do keep you up at night.
They do.
It would be a shame to find out that such power was given to someone so foolish.
What do you think about it?
I am not you. So my suggestion to abandon the power into a deep volcano before it has chance to do evil upon this world
I'm just making sure everything works.
would
Yeah.
be...
Ow.
Okay. All right. I'd like to go off. I'd like to.
Disappointed.
Yeah. I'd like to. Well, I'll take that under advisement. And I'm gonna go off and set up my fortress.
Ancient.
Yeah.
Fine, since you're feeling better, I'm going to take this back. Aera
What are you
takes
taking back?
She gave Veit the alchemy jug full of ale when she couldn't figure out what was wrong with him.
Oh, that's empty now.
Okay.
I'll be
So
taking this
Vernon is going to set up his fortress, and he's going to go in to the sitting room of the fortress. He's going to prop the sword up on a sofa next to him.
All
And he's
right.
going to say, well, you've heard all that, I'm sure.
Yes.
So, do I have to worry about you unleashing any sort of unspeakable evil upon the world? Because that was not part of the arrangement. And if that is something you have planned, I know you don't speak a lot, but if that was something that you were planning, I'd like to know.
Vernon,
Oh.
when you and I first made our pact, I do not think you realized what I had in mind. Rest assured, I do not plan on unleashing unspeakable.
What? Hold on, wait, I didn't hear any of that.
Rest assured, I do not plan on unleashing an unspeakable evil. If anything, I plan on stopping it.
Oh. Well, that's good, I suppose. You don't usually talk this much. This is interesting.
And that's all he got.
That's all.
For the rest of his days.
No, hey, at this point,
Vernon.
Markman.
When the times come, I reveal to you my true nature.
Oh.
But I must not reveal it yet. For if I am wrong, there are some very powerful enemies might seek to unmake our pact.
Ooh.
You
Eh,
must speak of no.
Fucker.
You must speak to no one of our pact, especially those who cannot be trusted.
So even the Pelor worshippers, I'm supposing.
For now, yes. One must be careful.
I do know about being careful about what one says in certain company. What drove me out of home, after all.
Yes.
Very well.
In the meantime,
I'll say no more of it.
good. In the meantime, must continue to destroy evil. Soon enough, I will have power. And then I will reveal to you my true nature.
That's so freaking annoying.
That's great. That's great. Oh, God.
Fucked.
Oh man.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. Veit just fucking psychic. That's all.
Aera knocks on the door to the fortress.
Hello!
Oh, hi.
Oh, so much going on. Would you like to... I've prepared the guest rooms. Would you like to stay?
You're not acting weird at all or anything.
No, not weird. I'm perfectly normal. Look at me, normal. Me. Oh, wow. I'm just, just
You're
A+ normal
sitting in
things
here playing with your ding dong.
Oh, right. I got it working.
Obviously, yeah.
Sounds like a first day of medicine for that.
I fixed my ding dong.
That sounds like a personal problem.
No, it's not a problem anymore. It's fixed. Solved.
Congratulations.
With the help of... And then you just turn to the camera. The help...
With what?
With the help of Cialis.
Yeah, I was
All
just
my ding
wondering.
dong problems solved.
I was just wondering if there was like any pumps of water in here or
What?
something. Like I filled up my alchemy jug with ale, and I hate the taste of ale, and I wanted to fill it up with wine, but the wine will taste like ale then, and so I wanted to wash it out first. And the whole sort of weird when I asked them for water, so
Well, I mean, this is no magnificent mansion. It's just a fortress.
well, it's fucking obvious.
It's just a fortress. I don't believe I
So
have
that's
any
a
wine
no,
here.
then.
I don't believe I have any wine here.
No, water. I just need to
Water.
wash out. Yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, I've probably got a little bit of water here. It's like
All right.
going around a water skin, but like it's sort of
Oh, when you say water, the alchemy jug fills with water.
No shit.
Well, there you go. You've got your
That wasn't
water.
what I wanted to do. No, I can only use it once a day.
Well, it's the end of the day, isn't it? You could do it again tomorrow. It'll be fine. All the alcohol you could ever drink. Well, not
And as
you,
soon as he says
specifically.
alcohol, it fills up with ale.
Wait! I can use it 3.
Is it midnight? Oh shit. I'm sorry.
I can use it 3. Wait, I can use Alchemy Chunk twice or 3 times a day.
You can use it as many times as.
Oh! I don't know where I
Wow.
got the idea that I can only use a certain number of times a day.
You can only produce a certain amount of each item, but you can produce each item.
Ah! Okay. Well... neat.
Anyway,
It's also once the chunk starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn.
Oh, my
So no,
uh,
it's okay. So
be a special alchemy jug.
it can produce everything.
so it rolled over
Mayonnaise.
it rolled over to midnight, and Vernon made it fill up with ale again.
1 second.
Well, good night. Guest rooms are available if you want them, but I will have to lock the
Dump
door.
this on your head, Eaton.
Good old Vern.
Yes. Quite. I'm going to bed. Ta-ta!
Bye. Aera starts drinking the ale in the alchemy jug, and every once in a while she says, "Gods, I hate ale."
Throkk is going to be meditating for a bit, just like observing how everything's going, all the changes that are happening to him, that have happened to him, and then he's going to rest for the evening near the bonfire.
That usually happens much earlier in your life.
Yeah, second puberty just happened for him.
Man, that growth's right.
I mean, his life just got turned upside down again. I used to be able to resist everything. Now, look at me now.
I'm vulnerable.
Quite a full day. Have a nice rest, and it'll all be good. Have you had time to replace all your stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I
Sweet. I was like, you need to kill some time. I know how to kill some time. I'll talk to Veit.
No, that's great.
So I'm going to go find Zed and have the social interaction that I wanted to have tonight.
Good. I will be right back. I will be right back. Vernon is going to sleep.
I don't know if Mike is here. No, I know, but I don't know where. I don't know if Mike is here to listen to the conversation.
To supervise.
Supervise. Yeah. Oh man, look at this reaction. You guys, now one person takes 13 points less damage.
Nice. Nice.
Raucous Lothmirison. Of all things, I didn't have info typed up for my brutal critical feature, which I've had since level 9.
Well, brutal crit is nice.
I know.
Yeah.
Can we be level 17 yet? Because I want to roll 4 extra damage die on a critical now. I want to do that now. Instead of just 3 extra dice.
I want to quivering palm people.
Actually, it'd be 5. So I roll 5d12 if I, in addition to the normal damage die if I crit at level 17. Don't forget my savage attack from being a half-orc. Well, it's a free brutal critical at level 1. I'll probably roll fireball damage numbers, though. I won't roll normal attack numbers. Or evocation.
Something about these past few conversations have led me to believe that Mike
Something like
has my
that.
character by the fucking balls.
That what?
Jim, what did you send to Katie? You were like, Veit is just fucking psychic. What'd you send her?
I didn't send her anything. It's just that, like, all of Vernon's conversation with Quincy was exactly the thing that he said that he should.
Oh, okay, yeah.
About.
Yeah, no. I said to Katie, I was just like calling it now. Quincy is the disembodied spirit of Rusty Blackhand before he broke his oath and died.
Actually, I'm gonna go put some
Shit,
more
no,
hot
we gotta
water
change
on.
everything.
Ah!
I'm gonna put some
Who?
hot water on your head.
Oh, the Blackhand, the
I
Death
gotta
Knight,
push
the
more.
main
okay,
villain of the campaign.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Veit and Zed were gonna have a conversation, but Veit just poofed for a second to go get something. In case, I think you disappeared by the time I said it. Throck's gonna be meditating on the changes before he rests for the night by the bonfire.
So
That's all he's doing.
yeah, I just have to push the button that tells the kettle to start boiling water.
Ta-da!
Do I believe that he's dead?
He's dead. Well,
Make
time
a
to move on.
make a perception check.
Is he dead? Okay. So Veit's gonna reach out to towards the hand that is on the mace. He's going to stop after a moment. Once he realizes that he is breathing. I had some questions. You've had the mace for how long?
Half a year.
That's a short amount of time. And how long were you a worshipper before?
About a month.
What was it like? As he does. Really, it's not off.
He's on the
I ask because I received a similar vision. Perhaps earlier. I was told to seek the Sun Mace. And I'd been training for 100 years more since birth. Numbers that didn't get saved. 150. You look quite old for yours, but I've been told that, I've been told that humans don't live as long.
Oh gosh.
Point in case.
I've spent most of my life studying the works of Pelor. You know, he's the beard's bright blonde, born in a monastery, not much choice. Do you ever have doubts to your worthiness? Suspicions.
No.
Do you wish you hadn't been selected for your burden? If that ever became true, I'll perhaps see my vision come true in that time.
My precious.
What?
I said my precious. I'm sorry.
And I shall watch you until that comes to pass.
Ooh.
Should.
Oh, not what you said. Not what you said.
Your Freudian slip is showing.
I do catch myself.
Oh God, what is it with Jim with these characters that are planning to betray everybody?
Share the load, Mr.
I have
Zed.
exactly zero characters.
But they sound like it. They sound like it.
Because apparently I'm very bad at picking my words.
Share the load.
Or you're too eager to look into it the wrong way. One of the
Basically said that I shall eagerly, and I shall wait the day you die, Zed.
No.
I'd hate to think of it like that.
Too bad.
Of Darth Plague.
Against the lie.
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a powerful
Yeah. Do you mean the tale of the 6 arrows? I just told it to Vernon.
He was so powerful that he could manipulate the midi-chlorians to
What's that?
create life.
What?
How was that Barbarian?
He could even save people he loved.
Okay,
from
which one
dying.
of you is actually
Rain.
talking to me right now?
I'm gonna mute Rain. Can't hear Zach. Can't hear Zach.
Zed? Your line.
Funny.
I don't care what it is. It's your line.
Darth Plagueis the one.
Shut up.
Okay.
Can I make a history check?
Yes.
Yes. But just in case I don't remember it, tell me again. By killing her adversaries and superiors. I haven't the faintest clue. Are you worried about Vernon? No, I know my role, and that's to serve you. I was hoping to gain more insight tonight. You're already telling me a story. Does it have 3 arcs?
Oh
It's a design oversight.
god.
The dwarves.
Town called Golden Arches.
The dwarves would never allow for such a thing. I'm sorry. This is your story. Continue. Kowtowing. It's pronounced kowtow. Anyway, go continue. Continue. they had whips of
Whips of
razors. It is. It's a class skill, my lord. Were you a razor whip? So, what role do you play in this, then? And murder, yes. Okay. Um. Paylor knows. And Paylor approves of your vengeance.
So far.
Paylor wants you to redeem your killing by killing. I believe that. He wants you to be redeemed from the killing by killing. I'm not worthy of such. Do you actually hear my CPU doing that?
Oh, this is character.
I mean, Veit was working hard. He was thinking hard.
Because like my virus scanner started and the fans turned up.
Yeah, we'll just put that one up to Aera's high passive perception.
Yeah, sure.
Completely intentional.
I'm not sure if I'm worthy to. You're not. It's not untrue, I suppose.
Augury. I have access to that now.
Hey.
Once a day.
I hate you all. And Veit wasn't planning to betray the party before, but I have control of him, so I could have just changed my mind on that one.
Ah.
I'm gonna break Quincy over a volcano.
Not even throw him into it, break him over it.
I cast Quincy into the volcano. Oh no, Quincy is flying. Oh no, Quincy's turned into an ancient black dragon.
Alright, you cast Augury. You have to state something that you would do. The mace. What happens is like the mace, you hold it out at level, like parallel with the ground, and depending on whether it's wheel or woe, it up or down. If it's wheel, it goes up. If it's woe, it goes down. It kind of like goes in circles between the two.
Wheel. Wheel. Wheel.
That much I think is obvious. I would. What it. It strikes me as odd that he's not outright rejecting killing. Perhaps it's the method, the circumstances. If he surrenders and you kill him, you. I don't know. You could ask it a different question. What determines way or woe? For your previous question. Although, if you have to state an intention, perhaps. Right, but I don't think I'm worthy of his time, so I've never done it much in practice. Perhaps a dozen times over that period. Only when making absolutely vital, or what I thought was vital, choices. And not once did that ever occur. Perhaps state different ways. I haven't said my name yet. Okay. What if there is an impending doom that he is preparing your Sveti village for, and the hardship now is worth the life of the survivors? I'm not privy to the details as you are. I'm only presenting why you should continuously meditate on this. And moreover, what you plan to do after. I will consider this and return when I have thoughts on the matter. Sleep well, and may you live a long life for a human. Is 100 big for you? I hope you see 100.
I hope you see 100.
Great.
And I'm going to turn and awkwardly walk away, as Veit does.
Beautiful.
Now, I hope you do realize that if you were to ever eventually tell Throkk, he'd help you out in a heartbeat, because that sounds like slavery to him. Oh, sure. That's the worst kind of slavery. Or what? Slaughtery. It's tied for the worst. That and forcing them to live as slaves. All right. Anybody else have any other discussions for the evening?
I think I'm good.
I'm going to go get my...
I'm going to get water, and I will be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to go get my next
Wait,
set of
where's
tea.
the Mailchimp Plus?
I'll be right back.
Also, Katie poofed from Roll Discord. Not sure if that was on purpose. For me, at least. Yeah.
Dockside. Something, 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 Dockside. Neat. Oh wait, do I have the +1? Yeah, I do have the +1. Oops. Disregard that. Yeah. I've just been going over my new stuff. I've had to edit a few things based on the new thing. Trying to make sure I got everything typed in right and that I'm using it right. Yep. It's great. Okay. What are we doing?
I'm here.
Mike? Hello.
Hi. I've been listening.
Neat. Look, it's the Vernon dance. Look, Vernon's dancing. Yep. Are people here?
So, yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, if the others aren't here, I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yep.